Free Wendy Williams. What's up, everybody? It's the Loudmouth Zany K. Welcome again to Tipi. The interesting part is Free Wendy Williams. That's the current movement that is going on now in New York City, and I can't wait to see how it plays out. Hey, if you like the content we provide on the channel, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so we can keep bringing you good information like this. Now, a lot of people probably wondering, man, why are you about this Wendy Williams stuff? Because this is like breaking news that I have now. This is an update from my last video about Wendy Williams, where we talked about how she was going through a rough time. She was going through a really nasty divorce. She was having some problems with her children. She was having some problems at work, and she was having some mental and physical problems, experiencing something related to dementia. And during this time, Lifetime Television took advantage of her by creating a documentary around her life, pretty much when she could way things went. So they really painted her in a really bad picture, which caused two things to happen, let me say. One, they froze her money. They froze her accounts because there was some evidence of theft by her family and friends or whatever. So they wanted to stop her account from paying out, right? Then they put a guardianship on her money. And then due to that television show and some of the physical illnesses she was displaying and some of the dementia concerns that she was displaying, they put a guardianship on her health, her well-being. And the young lady who was responsible for this guardianship took some really heavy measures. She put her in an assisted care living facility in New York City. They say it's the size of a studio apartment. Wendy is not allowed to go out. She can make phone calls, but nobody can call her. She's completely cut off from her family and friends. And it's a sad situation for a lady who was once a powerhouse in the media industry. And if you're wondering why I care so much about Wendy Williams, because Wendy Williams, man, believe it or not, is one of my heroes. Being in radio for the time that I have, Wendy Williams was a shining example. She was killing it in New York City radio. She invented talk radio and what we probably call podcasting. Now, she was doing this decades ago. And then she gradually graduated to television, and she had one of the biggest television shows in America for a long, long time. So needless to say, she made a lot of money. So after they froze her money and they put her away, she hasn't been able to get out of there. Now, from what I understand, she's very healthy now. And thanks to TMZ, do you ever think we'd be saying that? Thanks to TMZ, they actually were able to contact her via telephone. They had a cameraman down on the street. Check this out. And from her room where she's being held captive, so to speak, they were able to talk to her and see her and talk to her. Look at this. So they were able to see her, talk to her. As you can hear there in some of the comments, she sounds like Wendy Williams. She sounds just fine. She's also been doing some pop-ups on the Breakfast Club radio show. Her and Charlamagne used to work together for a long time. And now it looks like things are starting to turn around. After this show aired on TMZ via Tipi, somebody put in a wellness call so for the police to go and check in on her in this institution where she was being held against her will. She was not allowed to go down on the elevator without somebody going with her. She was not allowed to be around the other people in the facilities. They had her isolated. And I got my own theories about why they wanted her locked up and kept up, and why they kept issuing all these reports talking about she's incapacitated. As you can see, police went by to do this wellness check, and they took her out of that facility. Now, they were saying that she needs a wheelchair to get around. This girl's walking just fine on her own. She went to the hospital via ambulance. She was checked in. She was physically examined, and she passed with flying colors. But not only that, she took a bunch of cognitive tests to check her mental stability, her mental awareness, and she passed all of those with flying colors. She's on the phone here talking with her friends who are also in media in New York City. And let me just tell you, man, she is on her way back. The Free Wendy movement is in full effect now. Here's the kicker of it all. On Friday, she's going to be on The View. She's going to be back on live television. I don't think anybody going to be able to stop Wendy Williams once she started running her mouth, telling the real story about what happened. Because a lot of this stuff has been blamed on her son for spending her money. But Wendy has a theory that it's been somebody else alongside her son who's been kind of guiding him on how to steal her money. She even said that a female, an older female, was impersonating her on the phone to her bank, Wells Fargo, for them to take money out. So it's a long, outdrawn story. But if anybody can tell that story, man, it's gonna be Wendy Williams. Y'all stay tuned after Friday. We'll get another update. But I'm pretty sure Wendy Williams is gonna be able to tell her whole story at that time. Thanks a lot for joining me for another edition of TIPI. Once again, if you like the channel, you like the content on the channel, please smash that like button, hit subscribe so we can keep it coming, keep it coming. Until next time, I'm out.